I apologize. I'm going to be a little slow. You guys are going to see me doing some random things here up on the screen because Yahoo used to have an override where you could add a negative, which is what that dash is on the end of site commands, so that you weren't redirected to Site Explorer and you could actually see them on Yahoo. And apparently they killed that this morning. So you guys are going to see me taking, I'm sorry? No. It's correct. Trust me. These are like imprinted bookmarks. So if I take away the negative, it redirects me to Site Explorer. But we used to put the negative in there to override Site Explorer. So you guys are going to see me taking an extra step every time that I do this because I can't edit the bookmarks right now. So, all right, where's that thing? So there's like only 5 brave people in here. I'm going to go with a yes. Okay. So I'm supposed to tell you guys that we appreciate your time and effort, so thanks for being here. They want you to fill out your attendee feedback thing, and sorry, I'm not a good moderator, I'm an SEO, so, but they want you to fill out the feedback thing at the end of the session, and you can turn them into any staff member.
If you liked it, my name is Michael Gray. If you didn't, my name is Jim Kukrow.
Okay, I think this is for us and not for them. Did you actually read it? Yeah, it's for us, not for them. Sorry. Okay, so we were supposed to have a third panelist here today, Greg Bozer, and he unexpectedly had something come up last week, so he wasn't able to make it. So it's just me and Michael today. Sorry to disappoint you if you were here to see Greg. You can contact him at greg@3dogmedia.com and almost did it, and yell at him if you were here to see him. So you want to introduce yourself before we start? I'm not introducing you. You introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
I'm Michael Gray. I like to make trouble. I'll pick on you today.
I'm Ray Hoffman, better known online as Sugar Ray. I am the CEO of MFE Interactive, which is a website publishing company that makes all of its money through affiliate marketing and CPM advertising. And then I'm also the CEO of Outspoken Media, which is an SEO, social media, link development, etc. consulting company. So Michael and I are pretty much like an old married couple, just so you know. So we've been doing these site reviews for a long time. So if you see us arguing with each other, pay no mind. Who do you want to start with?
Go. You pick.
Well, here, he seemed kind of nervous, so we'll get him out of the way first. Who is by seasons? Okay, can you go up to the wall? I only want you to go up to the mic so people in the back can hear you. I can hear you, but...
Right here.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
We sell costumes, accessories, and decor items.
You sell what?
Costumes, accessories, and decor items. So if you go to buycostumes.com,
oh, okay. That's I was looking at it. I'm like, really, you're missing the call to action here because I don't see any costumes.
Not a costume on there.
That's the corporate site.
All right, so you want us to look at buycostumes.com?
I do.
Okay.
Hold on.
And again, I'm really sorry. You guys are going to see me like doing things that I'm not supposed to be doing.
Buy costumes? Is that what we're going?
Yeah.
Buycostumes.com. That's annoying. I gotta edit all those. Sorry, it just takes us a second.
I'm still looking.
Do you have a partnership with QVC? Are you owned by them? Or?
Well, Liberty Media owns QVC and us, but
right.
we're separate from them.
No, I just wanted to see how you got the backlink there.
That's how we got it, and also with the backcountry as well, and Red Envelope.
This is horrible. Sorry. Not your site.
No, I'm not.
Not your site, having
Say
to use
whatever
Yahoo
you
Site
want.
Explorer. I'm a little off up here because of that. How many pages do you have on the site? Do you know?
No.
Ballpark?
Thousands.
Do you actually have 345,000 pages?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go on-page stuff first, please?
No, I'm still looking.
I'm looking too, and we're really quiet up here, so.
Yeah, I'd like to hear about the homepage and.
From what perspective? From an SEO perspective, or?
SEO.
Okay. Just give me one sec here, sorry. I'm assuming Halloween costumes is the #1 term for this site?
Yeah.
Well, I know you get a lot of long tail with people
Right.
searching for specific things, but I'm
Right,
talking
right.
generic term.
Yeah.
You do have more JavaScript on the page than I generally like to see. Usually I like to keep as much of that stuff off the page as you possibly can.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to put it on the page, and that, you have to actually know the code to do that, but everything that they can move off of there.
So why do you like it off of there if you don't?
Because basically what happens is the first time you come to the site, you want to put it in that remote file, and it's going to load there, and then every subsequent page, you're going to call that file and it says, oh, okay, I already have that, I'm not going to do it. So it makes, you take the hit the first time you come, no
And
matter
you're
what.
done.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you're kind of done. Then you get the rest of the pages load a little faster. And just kind of as a general piece of advice for everybody, Google has started taking into account page load times. And one of the factors of that is multiple JavaScript files and multiple CSS files. And I know a lot of developers and designers like to use multiple files because they can kind of control things. You want to stay away from that as much as you possibly can because it does affect your site load time. So, there's going to be that little debate between you and your designer. Google wants it all in one page. Your designer developers are going to want it in multiple pages. Google wins.
I'm sorry, guys. This is really throwing me off having to use this other. Do you guys have an affiliate program?
Yes.
Are you running through a network, or are you running through redirects so that the affiliates
Network.
are building
Network.
links?
Commission
What
Junction.
network? Commission Junction?
Yep.
You're using relative links a lot of the time. It's not an entirely bad thing. I find that I get a little quicker results with things going through with absolute URLs, but the real big advantage with using absolute URLs is if someone happens to come along and start scraping random pages of your site, if they're relative URLs, they're going to work wherever they are. If you use them as absolute URLs, you turn them into free links to you.
Right.
Does that help? It's a little, but I'll take every link that you can get, and probably when you're playing with a lot of long tail stuff, like a lot of your costumes are going to be,
Yeah.
A couple, 50, 100 scraper links, that could be the difference between sitting at number 10 and sitting at number 2 or 3.
Okay.
So I like to use absolute there.
This is. I'm having a really hard time getting to backlinks because of this. Remind me to thank Yahoo for doing this an hour before our session.
How big are your pages? They look kind of big. Okay, you don't seem to be playing too much in social media at all. You've had a couple things on Dig. You had something about the Star Wars Darth Vader pet costume and costume review ever. I guess somebody put a funny costume out there, but there's not a tremendous amount of stuff.
Right.
And you've got kind of the content, because I see you've got the top 10 sexy costumes to buy your girlfriend for Halloween kind of thing. So it's like
Yep.
you're getting the content, but you've got nobody pushing it.
Right.
So either you've got to get somebody in-house who's going to be spending the time doing that kind of thing, or you should be finding someone to be doing it. Because if you're creating the content and you're not using it, it's
Yeah,
like
we just started kicking out on Facebook and things of that nature, but we haven't done a lot social right now.
Facebook's probably going to drive the traffic,
Yeah.
and you get the people coming through, and that's good.
Yeah.
The other side of that coin, from the SEO perspective, is you want to try and get as many links as you possibly can. So that's where the goofy, funny, outrageous content that you're doing that's what that's for. Don't worry so much about saying, oh, we need to get to the front page of every story, to the homepage of Dig or to Reddit or that kind of stuff. Getting a couple little, singles or doubles in there. Don't worry about getting the home runs. Getting the singles or doubles in there to the lower pages in the site that are deeper in, perfectly fine. Don't worry so much about that.
Is it a custom CMS system that you're using in-house, or that you've built in-house, or are you using one that's available?
I think it may be in-house, actually.
Okay, you're creating a bunch of duplicate URLs. I'm not sure why you're doing it, but if you type in like specific content, you'll see that you have like your buycostumes.com/bassman_costume.
Yep.
Then you have the same exact page for whatever reason in an information folder. You've got, from what I can see, a couple hundred of those. So you want to make sure when you go home that your programmers are making sure that only one URL is showing per product. If they need to use, like if it's something in the system, they can use the canonical tag, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd prefer that you didn't, though. I'd prefer that you get rid of the information pages, since it seems like there's a lot less of those, and 301 redirect them. You basically would wildcard redirect anything that was in the information folder to the same page in the root. But A, it'll get some of the duplicate content out there, and then the other thing is, too, is that if you're doing link development, some people are finding one version of the URL, some people are finding another version of the URL, so they're linking to the two separate URLs. So you might have one page with 5 links to it and one page with 7 links to it, and if you make them both the same page, you're going to have 12 links, which is going to help you rank for the specific costume name. So
I mentioned site load time, so I pulled up your homepage. Your homepage on a T1 is going to take approximately 27 seconds. That's well outside of what we consider, good, and what Google considers good. I understand you've got a lot of images there. You've actually said they've got somewhere about 109 images on that homepage,
Yeah.
and that's what's causing it, and that's what you need to sell. But that's a very heavy page for a homepage.
So what would you suggest? Taking down some of the images, or
Yeah, you've got to kind of. Where are all the images? It says 109, but I don't see them. Are they hidden on these? Are they hidden on these separate tabs? Is that what's kind of going on? All right. So why are you following the more adult costumes, more teen costumes kind of thing? Now that you've done that, the spiders are not going to pass any link equity into that, and basically that's going to almost be an invisible kind of page.
okay, your CMS system is spitting out a lot of different URLs. So like if you notice the URL that's up there, so it's buycostumes.com/category page/about_0.aspx, which the URL makes absolutely no sense to me. But then if you go down to your footer and actually mouse over the About Us, that one's linking to /pages/content/content display.aspx (site ID = 1 and page ID = 4). That should really just be about, and there should only be one of them. So you're gonna have to go through like from what I'm seeing in here. Do you have an SEO that's on staff in-house?
Yes.
Okay. Your SEO needs to go through the site and do an audit of it, because you've got a lot of URLs. And my bigger concern isn't so much, Google says they don't have a duplicate content penalty, and like I've done a post on this, so if you guys want to search and do a search for duplicate content penalty Outspoken Media, they say it's not a penalty, and it's not a penalty. Your page doesn't get banned, they just don't show it. Which, to me, if I'm the page that they're not showing, I consider that a penalty. They can call it whatever the hell they want. So the problem that you're going to have is like, so the duplicate content from a standpoint of you're not going to get penalized for duplicate content. My bigger concern is that your link popularity is split up, especially if you're linking internally to these pages with different URLs.
Right.
Because then you're breaking up not only your external link popularity that you're getting, but your internal link popularity too. The problem is there's 365,000 pages on the site, which means it runs off of templates. You're probably gonna have one template that's a product detail page, one template that's a category page. You need somebody to go through and actually look at all of those template pages and see how it is that the URLs are being generated and make sure that there's only one way to do it. Again, you can use the canonical tag. My issue with that is if you use the canonical tag, you're depending on Google to read their canonical tag correctly and to decide in a year and a half that they're not going to stop doing it. My personal opinion is just do it right, do the 301 redirects, and that way you're safe from, and not only that, but I know it's not a real search engine, but does Yahoo recognize the canonical tag?
No.
Yeah, no. So you also have the other issues of other search engines. And while like MSN does not have a lot of traffic, but we have a joke that MSN users shop with their credit card in one hand and their mouse in the other. Like that's how they surf the internet. So they convert much, much higher. So if you're only focusing, like if you're using the canonical tag, you're only protecting yourself in Google. The problem is with 365,000 pages, I could look at this thing for the next 5 hours and still not understand how it is that you're generating the links that you're generating to it.
Can you just pull up his homepage there a second?
Yep.
Okay, so just give me that adult costumes thing. So what you're doing on the homepage.
You want me to click on adult costumes?
No, I just want you to, no, just leave it up so I'll explain. So what you've kind of got is you've got classic costumes men, classic costumes women, sexy costumes. Those are straight links. And then you've got the see all and the more. Those are all no followed. Now, I don't know if that was to try and conserve page rank or whatever, but you've kind of you've limited the ability of any link equity to flow through the site sort of in natural ways. There are these links in the middle of the page, and it's going to find its way there, but there's no real good reason for no following that stuff over there on the side. And you've also got a bunch of stuff no follow down in the footer, the FAQ, the customer service. That stuff worked really well about 2 years ago. And
how many people here do PageRank sculpting, like where you're no following internally on your site?
How many
just scaredy cats. Somebody's.
How many know what no follow sculpting is?
Oh, all right. Well, that explains why. So basically, when you're using no follow internally, like Michael said, basically no follow does not work on internal links anymore. So all you're doing is essentially taking the page rank that could have gone to that page and not putting it there. Now, if it's a page that you don't want, say,
if it's a shopping cart and you do not want Google inside your shopping cart. Googlebot does not have a credit card yet. Larry and Sergey haven't given it one. You can want to no follow your cart, absolutely fine.
No. I wouldn't no follow the cart. I'd no index it.
Yeah, well, you want to...
So there's a command that you can use, and only Google recognizes it, but it's in the robots text file. And just like you have disallow : how many people know what a robots text file is? Okay, so you know how you have disallow : and you can keep Google from indexing a page. But the page will still show as a URL only if you're searching Google. You can still see the URLs, it's just Google doesn't actually crawl the page and get any content. If you use the no index tag instead of the disallow tag, what Google does is it crawls the page. It makes note of all the links that are on the page and where the links are flowing to and where the juice is flowing to, but it doesn't actually index the page. So you can keep those pages out of Google's index, but if you've got link juice flowing to those pages, because it links to the shopping cart on every single page of your site, you can allow the link juice to flow to those pages. Google will crawl the page, disperse the page rank in the way it's supposed to throughout the rest of the site from that page, but it won't actually index the page. So if you're using no follow to sculpt, stop and use no index as an alternative to it. And I'm really sorry if I talk really fast. I can't help it. I'm from Jersey, so.
Yeah, I think we picked that apart.
I just want to see how many. Now what the hell is this page? Hold on 1 second, sorry. Oh, so you have more than one about page. Yay. Let's see here. Awesome. Okay, so see, this is what I was talking about. So when Google says that it doesn't have a duplicate content penalty, right? Here's the thing. So Google decides which page it thinks is the original. And whatever page it thinks is the original is the one that it ranks at the top for whatever it is that you're searching for. So again, while they don't penalize you, I just went and typed in the first letter from the first first line of text from your about page, and MilwaukeeJobs.com, as far as Google is concerned, is the originator of that text. So while you're not penalized, you're not showing. And so the thing is obviously it doesn't matter. It's one exact line from your about page, and nobody's searching for that. But the same exact thing can happen for Batman Halloween costumes. So it's one of the reasons that you want to make sure that you do not have duplicate content on your site, even though you're not technically being penalized for it. Again, I call me not showing for it a penalty, but they can do semantics all they want there. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right, so basically you have a lot of indexing issues. You would probably, you're ranking number 6 right now for Halloween costumes. I'd be willing to bet you that you'll take an automatic jump to number 4 if you can go in there and fix the duplicate content issues, because you're, like I said, you're messing up your internal link popularity too. Take off the no follows, do the no indexes, but you have to go through and audit the site. I don't care if it's your inside SEO, if you hire an outside SEO, but somebody has to go through and audit all the templates for this site. You need to make sure that you're linking properly, and when you get rid of the duplicate pages, you don't just want to get rid of them, you want to 301 them to the page that you're replacing them with. Yes. Right.
Okay.
And again, I'm sorry I can't offer you more advice on links either. I swear, it worked this morning. I was in my room doing it. Who's eDeals? Oh,
Come on down.
Yeah, so you got to come up to the mic, so they can hear you in the back. One more question. Are you running off of a data feed?
No.
Oh, okay, you're not. Oh, okay. You have to be running off data feed, but where are you compiling the data? Where are you compiling? All right, so when you go home, ask them where they're compiling the data feed from too, and see if they're taking it straight from the manufacturer's data feed or if they're altering it in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, they must be altering it, but I don't think we're getting the data feed from anywhere.
Well, yeah, but somehow you're getting the descriptions of those costumes, and they're
Where-
probably the same descriptions
Yeah.
that most other sites have. So,
No, there's a physical content team that we have that's putting in.
So they're rewriting the descriptions for everything.
They're writing the
sweet.
Oh.
All right. No, that's good. Do you give that data feed to your affiliates?
yes.
No.
Do you rewrite
no.
it?
No,
We give them
you don't want to do that.
generic.
Just be careful with that, because if you meet an affiliate like me, I can probably outrank you for some of your things, because if I'm using your data feed and I build better links to a specific page, obviously you have a ton of links to your homepage, but if I were to build better links to my Batman costume page than you have, and I'm using your feed, I'm going to be termed the original.
Look at the Batman site, there's more fluffy writing, but when I say we give them a generic description, we just say belt shoes, so if they can do something with that.
Okay, awesome. I just wanted to make sure you weren't repeating it and giving them the same exact feed.
Okay.
Sorry about that, e-deals. Sorry.
E-deals.
That's good.
Your 404 page, you're throwing a 302 response code. That is the worst possible response code that you could throw. Basically, that tells the thing that the content is moved temporarily to another spot, and Google has the worst history of handling a 302. You do not want to ever serve them a 302, ever.
Did you get? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You want to serve them a 404 when they come to a page that's not there. This basically tells them that they should remove this page from their index. A 302 is going to cause all sorts of issues for you.
Did you get hit in Mayday? Just out of curiosity.
Say that again?
Did you get hit in Mayday? Did you see a decline in your traffic somewhere around the beginning of May? On your long tail terms, on your product pages?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
So you're running off of a data feed, correct? Like a compilation of data feeds?
Some of them are, yes.
Okay, are you editing them at all?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. And what is it that you guys do?
Well, it's a coupon deal discount website. So we've got coupons, discounts, deals. We've got printable coupons.
So I don't need to become a member, it's just you.
Right.
So most of your traffic is somebody like going through the shopping cart and realizing they could have a coupon code, so they
Exactly.
search for it?
Right.
Okay.
How much are you actively chasing coupon codes preemptively?
Well, we're just brought on someone who's actually going to our merchants to try to ascertain more codes.
And are you only doing people you get commissions from, or are you doing anything that you can find out there?
No, we do some that we don't have. So
Okay.
we have 8,000 relationships, and some of them aren't ones that are directly that we have yet.
How many different language versions of your site do you have?
How many different languages?
Yeah.
Complete total now? I mean, we have a UK site, but we don't have other converted to other
Well, no,
languages
you have
yet.
I don't even know what the language, what is DE for? Is it German?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a German version
Right.
too, so that's why
Yeah.
I was asking, like, so UK, Germany.
Canada, and I think
Oh,
that's it.
come on, that's not a different language site.
Um,
Maybe French. I forgot about that. I live in Ontario, so.
Okay.
I know why you're doing what you're doing with your titles, but it looked like it's written by the Department of the Redundancy Department. Because basically your titles are like jewelry and watches coupons and jewelry and watches coupon code. You're trying to rank for both of them on there, and it reads really awkwardly. I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at a whole page of this stuff, and it looks funny. Sometimes what I do when I'm trying to do that is I would put the jewelry and watches in the middle, and I put coupon codes in the front and coupons in the back. This way you don't look so weird. It doesn't work as well in English sometimes, so it's a you've got to kind of play with it a little bit, but it
Okay.
makes it look like you're not repeating. This way it just looks kind of silly. It's like
Okay.
computer software coupons and computer software coupon code.
You look like a pretty big site. I gather you have to have more than 20,000 pages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it says to me you're not being indexed that well, just like I expected when I did a site search on you guys to see several 100,000, and instead I've only got 20,000, which says to me that for whatever reason Google's not deeming your site strong enough for them to bother to go down more than a few levels. I'm also looking at, so I'm in the travel folder right now. This is going to be a basic thing, so I'm not going to repeat it every time today, but if you have the same title tag on every single page of your site, change them to be unique title tags, because otherwise they're not going to rank for anything. So you have, the deal is that when I tell Google to show me all of the pages that you have that are in the travel folder, it shows me 5. And then if I click on repeat the search with omitted results included, it shows me 447. And the main issue is that a lot of them have the same exact title tag. So if you would just change the title tags on those, you're probably gonna get more traffic on those just from changing the title tags. So if you have title tags across the site that are exactly the same, the other thing is too, is like vacation travel deals and discounts from e-deals, early bird travel, really nobody types in early bird travel. I don't know, you're a travel guy. Do people type in early bird travel?
Some people do, but it's not, it's more people who know the industry. It's not
right,
regular.
and last minute travel discounts. So like you're wasting a lot of real estate right there with terms when what people are actually searching for is Holiday Inn coupons, Holiday Inn discounts, Holiday Inn reservation deals,
Sure.
Holiday Inn packages. So
Yeah, I didn't even realize we had that happening.
all right, let's see here. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I do. We know that, X amount of words before Google truncates the title tag, so let's say 60 characters. Does Google still value if you go over 100 characters? Do they still count those words at all? Like for his slide, he's got over 100 characters on the homepage. Do they still count the last words, or they just ignore it?
If someone types in a 5 or 6 word query and that 5 or 6 word query happens to match the end, they're going to grab that, but they're weighting the stuff towards the front a lot higher. So if someone else happens to have those, if he's got 100 characters in there and it's the last words, and someone else has them in the front, someone else is probably going to outrank him for that.
Not only that, but the more words that are in the title tag, the more things you're telling Google's the page is about. So if you've got a 15-word title tag and your main term is cheap hotels, Google takes those 15 words and says, oh, okay, so this page is about this, and this, and cheap hotels. I'm a fan of keeping them not short. You don't want the title tag to be cheap hotels. But I'm a fan of keeping them shorter just so that Google looks and says, oh, there's only 6 words and 2 of them are cheap travel and gives it more weight. So,
okay, you're missing a lot of opportunities with your blog. The hardest thing you're going to do is no one's going to link probably building links to a specific coupon type page. So you're going to have to do that to a certain extent, and probably a good tool to do that is with your blog. So if you say, you know what, we're going to talk about all the hardware store coupons that are valid this month, and you write about some of the hardware stores and that kind of things. Use good anchor text for I have one post here for best travel deal, and you're using in the anchor text of Thailand. You don't want to rank for Thailand because that's when you want people ranking for Thailand discount codes, Thailand travel coupons, Thailand whatever. That's the internal anchor text that you want to use to focus and point through there. And it looks like you're pointing at some of that stuff at search results. Google's not going to want to do search results. They will show them, but they don't like it. But that's not probably the best way that you could do it. You can probably, if they're important enough that you want to link to them, you should probably be setting up landing page kind of stuff.
by the way, Google thinks I'm a bot, so it may shut me down here in a minute. Yay. Okay, so there were 2 things I was going to tell you. Oh, you have a blog. I just want to see how many you actually have.
You should use the blog for doing some link-based stuff. You're going to have to focus on how to help consumers save money kind of deals. There was a really good example that I can give you is how to use Priceline. Someone went through and they said if you want to get the best deal on Priceline, this is what you do it. Now I knew that the post was an affiliate link post for someone doing it for Priceline, but they went through and the content there was so good that they said this is how you do it. Don't ever bid on 3-star, 2-star, 3-star hotels. Look at the hotels that are in your area. Be aware that sometimes they throw the crappy ones in there, even though they say they're 4-star. He went and he showed you this is how you're going to do it, and you minimize your chance of getting screwed stuck in some flea bag hotel. That's the kind of things that you want to do. Find ways to do that makes it so valuable that even though you are commercially motivated, it's still something someone wants to link to.
Okay, so I have your search function. I'm not really sure because here's the thing. I type in search, right? And so the URL it's giving me back is edeals.com/search. But for whatever reason, every 583 random folders on your site have a search.htm page, which are all duplicates. You're passing link juice to each one of them individually, and they're obviously not doing you any good. On top of that, Google does not, it's actually in their official guidelines, they don't want to index search pages. They're a search engine. The whole point of them is to search and find pages, so they don't want your search pages in the index. So frankly, you shouldn't have your search pages in there at all, but if you are going to have your search pages in there, I'm not sure how those are getting generated. But however it is that they're getting generated, they need to stop being generated like that. They should all be inside that search folder. They should all be inside that search folder, and that search folder should be no indexed from Google, which basically says pass all the link juice to the search page. Let the search page pass link juice out to the big things that are on our site so that the page rank flows, but don't index anything from the search folder because it's crap and you don't want it. So it allows you to still benefit from the link juice, but
You've got the same problem that someone had earlier today. You've got a ton of JavaScript on your page. You've got links to about 10 different JavaScript files, and then you've got a whole bunch of JavaScript that's on the page. Again, you have to have somebody who knows what they're doing to know if it has to go on the page or if it has to be linked, but I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of that can be moved off, and there's no need to have 10 different JavaScript files. You know, it's the developer deciding that he wants to do things to make his life easier, and unfortunately he may want to make his job easy, but he's got to make it so that Google can like your site a little better. That's really what we're all here for.
The other thing is too, so on your blog, when you're doing blog posts, and this is for anybody who does blog posts in here, we're big fans of the more tag, meaning that you don't show the entire blog post on your category pages. So right now you guys are, so I would suggest after like 2 paragraphs, throw it to a more tag and make people actually click through to read it. The reason for that is because when you categorize each one of these posts, so your main page has the full content, your category page has the full content, and then your individual post page has the full content. So this content, like Veranda Resort and Spa, appears in full on 4 separate pages of your site because it's in 2 categories, single post page, and then your main blog page.
Okay.
This is driving me nuts that I can't look at links. What are you doing to promote your blog?
Actually, we just started that a few months ago, so we're really not doing anything, actually.
Yeah, it looks like, like to me, I'm looking at the blog and what it looks like is you're trying to take your authority and write random blog posts so that you rank in the search engines. And while yes, that is what all of us would like to do, the thing is that if I'm subscribing to your blog and you're just spitting out a bunch of random stuff, it looks like you really haven't found what it is you want to be as far as a blog. So I would suggest sitting down with your team and like kind of strategizing and just basically going, why do people want to read us? Nobody wants to read on a blog, I'm saying on a general blog. People aren't really looking to read about a random spa that's 7 states away from them, and then the next day read about a random automotive company that, like, the movies and stuff, like, that's fine, but I would just more kind of sit down with your team and just try and figure out, like, what can we write about that people are actually going to want to subscribe to and read.
Because if you really want to do it, go after the people who like looking to save money. Give them tips on how to save money, consumers how to save money on shopping for this, shopping for that. That's a whole big industry right there.
And throwing things on how to save, like how to save on your utility bills, how to save on things that aren't even like directly beneficial to you, but make it more of like a saving money blog rather than, because here's the thing, like people are looking for deals, but people who are looking to save money probably don't spend a lot of time. Well, I'm not saying that, but somebody who is going to subscribe to a blog specifically because they want to read about saving money probably isn't taking too many spa trips anyway. So like throw it in there, but yeah, I agree. I think that's a good angle to take with it, but just make sure that not everything's promotional and that you're actually giving people a reason to subscribe. Okay. And pass around the links.
You got a Twitter account, you've only got 5,500 people following you, you should have way more.
Yeah, that was another one. We kind of started that a few months back, and the blog, the Twitter, and our Facebook all started, I want to say four months ago. Just kind of
again, you've got to those things are kind of hard to, if you don't dedicate the resources, they're hard to keep all running at the same time, but there's way more people who are interested in your stuff. Something you may find that works a little bit better is if you segment the lists a little bit, put all the people, not everybody who's interested in travel is interested in movie coupons. So, that makes it a pain in the ass to sit there and say, okay, we've got now 10 Twitter feeds we've got to maintain and keep populated, but at that point, if you're going to go there, you're going to get much better results when you do that, when you segregate it. Throw some money at some developers or programmers so that you can pull stuff automatically out of the database and pop it through. Look at some of the better times at when your stuff gets retweeted and when it gets clicked through. I know there's a lot of study out there. Dan Zarella, he's done a lot of different studies about what are some of the popular words that get things retweeted, what are the best times to get things retweeted, that sort of stuff. Okay. You want to make sure that you're hitting prime time. You're pumping them out at 1 a.m.
Sure. Okay.
The other thing is to block your search pages on your blog too, because it's running through WordPress, so it's going to create a different string, so it won't be in the search folder. It'll be like .s equals or something like that.
Okay.
Do you have, and I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told Buy Costumes. You guys have a lot of stuff that's being randomly generated by CSS or CMS, and when you have a site that's big, and how many people in here have a site that's running off a data feed that's over 10,000 pages? Okay, well, I just reviewed 2 of you, so there has to be at least 2. So no, if you're running a big site like that, like unfortunately, it doesn't mean that you have a bad SEO or anything like that. It's just that they can create really big problems, and unfortunately, a lot of those problems you're not going to find out about until they're problems. So there's certain things, like if you work with WordPress, there's certain CMSs that, you know, they're known problems, and we'll go in there and like kill them off. But especially if you're doing in-house, programmers can create all. I run a lot of my sites on a custom CMS, and we find all sorts of random stuff that like we'll just be looking through the indexing and see that something weird has popped up. So same thing, you have an in-house SEO. You need to have your in-house SEO go through, audit the site, find out the URLs that it's, same thing, identifying duplicate title tags, things along those lines. And if you haven't, is your in-house SEO here?
No.
Okay. The title tag thing and stuff like that, that's pretty basic. So like the URL structures in those search pages, they look like things that could like randomly happen, but like an SEO should be editing title tags. So you may want to have them go through and check the general on-page stuff as well.
Check think about what you're using as your internal anchor text, because you've got something that says $15 off coupon. That's the anchor text. You obviously don't want to rank for $15 off coupon. You want to rank for the brand name, the product name, the merchant name, whatever that happens to be. So kind of get somebody thinking about that. You know, $705 off Pavilion HPE, blah, 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 desktops. That's close, you know, but you want to say, you know, $705 coupon or something like that. Get it so that it's ranking for a phrase that you want it to rank for. 5% off ebooks is not a good thing. Okay.
Sorry. The computer has decided it doesn't want to work really well. Do you have an affiliate program too?
No.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's just scrapers, and they have a lot of backlinks from people that are like identically publishing their site.
It's other affiliates who are scraping them and then rewriting the URLs with their own codes. Yeah.
No. That's why I asked it. But I asked if they had. Sometimes there's super affiliates that have affiliate programs underneath of them. So, all right. Hopefully, I'll have a computer back now. Is there anything else on that?
No, that's the good stuff.
I mean, it's the same thing. When you have big sites like that, it's really easy for you to pump out a lot of crap. And basically the way I usually explain it to people is like when you have a lot of duplicate content, and again, the fact that you only have 20,000 pages indexed concerns me. Oh, that was the other question I have for you. What are you doing? Coupons expire. What do you do with the expired pages?
The expired pages.
Step to the side so we can look at that. It didn't come up.
I don't know. I mean, we do stuff that's expired. It's stuff that gets stale. We remove it, but I don't know if you're specifically asking if we have.
So you don't ever want to remove it, and that's the thing. So when your coupon deals expire, you should write something so that it's automatically like we have it in our CMS that if something, if a product comes back, like when we pull the data feed, if a product comes back that's not there, like in other words, product disappears. So whatever, the merchant may have stopped selling it. So what we'll do is we'll basically, our CMS is set up to say check for it 3 times. So 3 times that we download the data feed. If the product is still not there, it keeps the page in the CMS should the product ever come back. So it keeps the page, but what it does is it automatically 301 redirects the URL to the next highest category above it. You never want to delete the pages, because if you get bloggers out there that are like, hey, there's a great deal on eDeals for this, and they link to that page and then it expires and all you do is delete it, then you're basically taking links that are pointed at all your deleted pages. Like me personally, I would do like some link reclamation, find out have your SEO find out which pages on the site that are expired or that have been removed, or for like which pages, which 404s are being linked to on the site. So you can use Majestic, does that, right?
Yep.
Okay, so there's a company called Majestic SEO. I think it's like $10 subscription, but you can go there and you can run your site in there, and it'll show you all of the links that are coming into your site that are going to 404s. So what you can do is then just download it. You export it as like a CSV, and then your programmers can just automatically write redirects, because you don't want to you don't want to go back and redirect every single product you've ever had. But if they've got links, you want to go in and redirect them so that it makes the core site stronger.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, really? Oh. Can we do Sesame Place?
Sure.
Thank you. Where's Sesame Place? Hey, I'm from Jersey. All we ever had was that and Great Adventure, so. Well, that's not good. Do I just not have internet?
I hope so.
Yeah, it's just you.
Connect to a network. I take it I'm going affiliate summit?
Yeah.
Connect anyway. I love Windows. No, okay. Hold on one second. I just got to check the server header on that, and then I'll comment on it. I'm dealing with the redirect.
4 is good. What's it doing there?
Okay, so at least it's a 301. All right, so here's the thing, and we see this a lot of times with big sites. So when I type in sesameplace.com, I'm automatically redirected with a 301, thank God. They got that part right. I'm redirected with a 301 to Sesame 2. The problem is that when people link to you, most of the time if they're linking to Sesame Place, you don't really need to go search Sesame Place's URL. You know it's sesameplace.com. So if you're linking to it, they're just automatically going to link to sesameplace.com. So then you're taking that link and it's running through a redirect. When it runs through a redirect, it loses a tiny bit, just a tiny bit of power. But that said, if you've got, I'm assuming you've got in-house SEO?
No.
Okay, well then actually I'm impressed that it was a 301.
Wow.
So basically what you're doing is people are linking to you and then it's running through a redirect and it loses a little tiny bit of its power. But when you're talking about 20,000 links doing that, it can add up to a lot of links that could actually move you up. But what is it that you're trying to rank for? Like aside from, I'm assuming you got #1 for Sesame Place. So what else is it that you're trying to rank for?
Family travel kind of stuff?
Yeah, travel, local activities.
So my biggest recommendation would be instead of Sesame Place where Sesame Street comes to life, because your homepage title tag is going to be, your homepage is typically your strongest page on your site. Title tag is the strongest on-page thing that you have. So I would change that, like while the tagline, and I don't know if you can do that corporate-wise or if 8 people are going to have a heart attack that know, people need to know that that's where Sesame Street comes to life. But I would do Sesame Place dash and then family vacations, something like that.
Pull up a site, Colin.
Put up a cycle? I already have, oh wait, oh sorry.
Yeah, okay, you definitely got some issues there.
Place.
Okay, because we're looking to see how many pages Google thinks you have, and off the bat, she's getting 5, I'm getting 7, and there's a link down at the bottom that says we can see more. So basically, Google's either having a problem crawling your site, or they somehow think that you're not trusted enough, which doesn't make it.
No. It looks like.
Or is it duplicated?
No, they're URLs only though, which would say to me they're being blocked. Hold on one second. I don't know why they would do that, but. Okay, you don't need the allows in there, just so you know. Basically, anything you don't tell Google to crawl, it'll crawl anyway. So.
What's up on these pages?
That is a. Michael, can you look at the bottom right there?
Toggle screen segment?
Yeah, but why is that in the Sesame Place robots text?
You can't do that. They don't think they don't take third-party things, even though you probably don't. You have a special thing that you do for every Halloween kind of deal.
Yeah.
It's your parent. I don't think they take cross-domain site maps. I haven't tried that, but I don't think that's going to work really well for you.
What are all these? Okay, yeah. So your indexing is really messed up in the fact that it's. I have a question. Is Sesame 2 new? Is it like a new page that you guys have launched recently?
Did you just move it from Sesame Place to Sesame Place Sesame 2? Did you do a major?
In the last year, we redid the website.
How many months approximately?
Maybe 8
2
months ago.
Oh no, they should have figured it out.
No, unless what I'm thinking is that they had Sesame 2 disallowed while they were working on it, and then they launched it, and Google's just not crawling them.
Yeah, but
so.
8 months. They're well trusted enough that they should have that.
I agree with that, but something's wrong with it.
You've got something's wrong with your indexing.
So hold on one second here. Oh, that's why.
What's their meta?
Hey, look at the top line. User agent disallow all. You've told Google not to index your site at all. So see that top disallow : / that needs to come out, because what you've told Google is, I don't want you to index any page on my site. So I don't know when that got put in there. I would check who the last person was that uploaded the robots text, and he gets no Christmas bonus this year. Basically, what ended up happening was you were indexed, and then Google's coming back, hitting pages, and you've told it not to index the site. So as it's scrolling pages, it's killing them from the site because it's seeing it's not supposed to index them. I'm surprised you have any pages indexed, depending on how long that's been there, though. So yeah, you want to let Google crawl your site. It helps for ranking. And then let's see here. So I'm just teasing you. What are all these? Okay, so here's one other thing, and this is a personal pet peeve of mine, but just for anybody who's doing any type of SEO. Use one set of casing. I prefer lowercase, but don't randomly make certain URLs uppercase and other URLs lowercase and capitalize one word in one URL. Believe it or not, we had an argument about this. I don't know how long ago it was. Michael goes, there's no way Google's stupid enough to not realize that about.html is the same as about, because on a Windows server it'll actually render. So it'll render as both. And he goes, there's no way they're stupid enough. And then I actually finally was able to prove it with a site where it happened. So it'll actually, have you guys heard of what a canonical issue is, like versus www versus non-www? And Google thinks they're two separate pages. That can happen with casing as well. So it's just kind of like, for me, I have a standard where I just like to keep everything lowercase. That way we don't ever have to wonder how it is that we link to it. And I don't risk, again, I don't like to depend on Google to figure things out. So
here, look at this. Here. All these, they're using these with parameters, the ID parameter. And they're probably ignoring the ID parameter because they're thinking it's a poison.
Yeah, they're thinking it's an affiliate site.
Yeah, they're thinking. Okay, so the way you're building a lot of the internal content, you have Sesame Place, Sesame2, play.asp.x, ID equals, Bert Nerdy Slip and Slide, the Count Splash Castle. You're using the thing called ID equals, because programmers love that because that's probably pulling from that's the name in the database. The problem is Google has seen that so long and they ignore a lot of that. They think it's a session ID or an affiliate ID, or that's the worst. You know, they're getting smarter at figuring out, and they will let it pass through. But if you were gonna tell me that's the parameter you're going to use, I'm going to tell you that's the worst one. So congratulations, whoever picked that. Way to go. Yeah, if you can find a way to use something that's slightly different than that would probably help a lot too.
Hold on a second. It looks like oh wait, no, maybe it's not back. Hold on. Place. Yeah, no. I wonder why it worked for that one URL, but not the other one. Just give me one sec here. How's their on page? Like, do they actually have anything that's like keyword research or trying to rank for anything specific?
Well, let's see. What does this page do? It's like you've got more than one architecture going on behind the scenes here. You've got some ASP pages.
So same thing for you on the canonical issue that I just described. I don't care which one you pick, but well, actually, wait, yeah, I do. Hold on.
What are you? So
okay, sorry. Go.
So one of the things you mentioned, some of the other keywords you're looking to rank for is family travel. So I did family travel sesameplace.com, and I get a thing that's on Sesame Place, but then it redirects me to buschgardens.com, and I'm not even gonna look through what you're doing there with the thing, but you need the content there on your site if you want to start ranking for it, and the content that's on Busch Gardens, I understand they're the parent and that whole kind of thing, but you need something for, if you want to rank for family travel, you need some family travel content, you know. You guys are obviously, that's where everybody drags their kids and all that sort of stuff, but.
So like when I was telling you about the canonical www versus non-www, so to this page, the Sesame Place / Sesame2, with the www you have 389 links. Without it you have 24 links. So it's the same type of thing. You want to make sure that they're consolidated and going to one page and not two different versions of the same page. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can figure out. Okay, and you want to redirect it to the www. simply because it's got more links, so less links will be passing through a redirect. So you have no SEO, so who's doing this? Is this just like a programmer?
Yeah, we haven't had a focus on SEO before, so I think that's something we're gonna need to hire.
And I'm taking it like almost all of your traffic is either direct or brand terms.
Yep.
Yeah, so when you want to start targeting that stuff that's not related to your brand, you're going to need to get some content that's out there. People will definitely, don't worry, include stuff about you, but include other stuff. Also, don't, not your competition, but just general family travel tips, that kind of stuff. Go after some of the other stuff. How to travel with large families, how to travel with families with groups, how to travel with family with infants, how to travel with family with disabilities. Write individual pages for each of those individual targets. Again, it's an investment in copy in doing that, but you start ranking for a lot better terms, and you definitely got the trust and authority to get in there, so that's really not an issue for you.
And how would you handle that for a portfolio? Because we have SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, and we want to rank across.
You're going to need
company.
you're going to want it for each of the sites. You don't want it because someone's going to, they want to know how to bring, if their kid is in a wheelchair and they're bringing them to Sesame Place, it's completely different than bringing it to SeaWorld. The end result is going to be completely different, so you want to have completely different copy there.
I have a question as to what, hold on, sorry, SeaWorld is playing a song. I have a question as to why is your parent company, why is this not in your footer? It's on the back of your business card. Why is it not in your footer cross-linking all of these sites? I mean, it's a legit cross-link. I don't think Google's going to have an issue with it. First off, you guys are a big company, so you have different rules than everybody else. But like, seriously, if they're smart enough to do it on the back of their business card, they should be doing it across the footer of the site. That way you have all the sites working together to rank for each of their individual terms instead of treating each site as a separate entity. You're also linking out to World of Discovery, but SeaWorld's not linking out to World of Discovery. So I'm taking it, are you guys like all like completely separate divisions?
Yes.
Yeah, so you kind of all need to get together in the same room, and basically SEO-wise, this is going to help all of you. So if all of you want more traffic, I would highly recommend cross-linking the sites.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Take advantage of the authority. So aside from that, I think you just really need to identify what your core keywords are, create some pages that are around those keywords that actually have content on them that people want to link to, market those pages, and start targeting, because you're always going to rank for, unless you disallow your site from Google, you're always going to rank for Sesame Place, things like that. So you don't need to focus on those terms. What you need to focus on are building links that have your keywords in them to specific pages. It's going to be hard to do that to the main Sesame Place page. So you'll want to create pages that are specific about planning your family vacation to Pennsylvania, or maybe even a page. Are you guys you're in Pennsylvania? Are you guys near Hershey?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other thing too. Start doing some keyword research for people that are things to do around Hershey Park. There's a lot of people that go to Hershey and are looking for something else to do while they're there. So start looking at what your competing attractions are around the area, and start writing start putting out content. And I know they're competing companies and you may have a hard time. I don't care if it's 10 reasons to visit Sesame Place instead of Hershey Park.
They should probably use Compete to probably get in there and do that and analyze those other people.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So like, use the brand searches that people are searching for the amusement parks around you too, to either give people an extra thing to do while they're there, or if corporate won't allow you, tell them Hershey Park sucks and come see you instead.
There's a service called Compete.com. Again, we don't make money off it, but they will show some of. Use Ray's affiliate link then, but they will show some of the keywords that other sites rank for, and you want to go and find the other theme parks that are in your area and stray a little bit and see what else they're ranking for and use them as kind of bounce off points of what applies to you and what doesn't.
Or the other thing is too, is that if you're looking to do promotion too, you can go to big parenting sites like iVillage and offer to write them an article of something like why the best attraction in Pennsylvania for small children is Sesame Place versus, say, Great Adventure, because there's going to be 3/4 of the rides there that they can't ride, but if they come to Sesame Place, I'd imagine you're built a lot more for little kids. So it's a way that you can promote yourself, same type of thing, but it's going to require some keyword research. You definitely need to. I don't like the fact that the site has very little text on it.
Yeah, you're very flash heavy.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, your Sesame Place, you can get away with it. But you do need to add content. You need to fix the site structure of your site. You need to condense the links, do some keyword research, put up some pages, target some of your competitors' brand names, and let Google crawl your site.
Thank you all.
Last one?
Yeah, well, what time is it?
4:26.
I don't know, what do you want to do?
Don't matter. Dealer's choice.
Which one of these four? Whose is this? Which one? The birthday party one? Is it greatbirthdaypartyideas.com? Can you come up to the mic real quick? Sorry.
Ooh.
Your business card doesn't have that.
Yeah, it does on top.
Does it?
Up on top, not in the logo.
Oh. Who owns greatbirthdaypartyideas.com without the dashes?
Tim NG, whatever, however you say that last name. Some guy in Poughkeepsie.
Is he doing anything with it?
Not that I know of.
You should buy it.
Yeah,
Tried to.
I'd buy it.
We hate the hyphens because people aren't going to type that stuff in, and it's just awkward when you try and tell somebody.
All right, yeah, but I'm going to be honest with you too, Michael. Like, I think
Yeah, no.
for majority search traffic, so nobody has to type
Yeah.
anything in. So are you a data feed affiliate, or are you actually a birthday party supply company?
Affiliate marketing and Google AdSense.
Okay. How many pages you got on the site?
210. I
Only
think
210?
206 are indexed. Huh?
Huh?
I think 206 out of the 210 are indexed.
I'm seeing 113, but
Oh.
that's without omitted,
Scroll
so.
delay.
Are you just using straight up data feed? Are you rewriting the product descriptions, or are you just spitting out whatever the affiliate gives you?
It's all original content.
I'm sorry?
All original
Okay.
content. I'm writing it.
What's your number one keyword? Just birthday party ideas, or
No, we don't rank that high for birthday party ideas.
you should with that domain?
Well, we just launched last December.
Okay.
Why you got the crawl delay in there? Do you really have a problem with the bots going hog wild on your site?
Sorry, say that.
You have in your robots file, you have something called the crawl delay 30. I don't know that Google obeys it. I know Yahoo used to, or they did, or they at one point they did. You're basically trying to slow down the bot. Are you really having issues with the bot going hog wild?
Would that be through the CMS? Because I'm not.
No, it's something
person
that's something somebody intentionally put there for some reason. There are all sorts of reasons why that could have gotten there, but at some point somebody said they're crawling too fast or they're crawling too much. And neither of those are really conditions that you really should be worried about unless you've got some crazy URL structure thing going on.
Do you have any connection to shindigsparty.com or .wordpress.com?
No.
Okay. All right, so I'm looking at, like, to be honest with you, for birthday party ideas, you've got almost an exact match domain. You've got a portion of the phrase in your domain. You rank like in the low or in the high 100s for birthday party ideas, which is not a super competitive term, which to me says Google doesn't trust your site. It doesn't think it has enough authority. So your biggest focus right now has to be links. Because if you don't get the links, Google's never going to rank you regardless of how good your indexing is or whatever else there is in there. I'm looking at your backlinks, and most of your backlinks, do you buy like blog roll links?
No.
Okay, so then there's
I mean,
just
I
a
do
few
pay for
random
high
blogs
page-
linking to you from their blog rolls. Like, I don't know why they're doing it then. But the majority of what I'm seeing in your backlinks are like low quality backlinks. So the biggest thing that I would suggest to you is find some parenting blogs, find some mom blogs, find some dad blogs, find some grandparenting blogs, and start putting together articles that are like, ways to plan a fun birthday party for your teenager, or what have you. But start doing try and get some guest author gigs on some blogs that actually have content or actually have traffic. I'm not talking about some crap blogspot blog. No offense to anybody in here who has a blogspot blog. But try and get some bigger parenting sites and just contact them. It's going to take a while, but like literally just put together a list of places that'll take content. Make sure you write good content, and make sure it's not an ad for your site. Write an article that has eight awesome birthday ideas for a kid turning 5, and one of those ideas has links to your site. Just make sure that the things when you link to other people's sites, that you're linking to things that aren't directly competitive to you. And if you do have to link to something directly competitive to you, I just like to give them shitty anchor text. So you'll have like, yours will be like BlackBerry accessories and theirs will be like theblackberrysite.com, all one word. So just give yourself better anchor text if you're forced to link to a competitor, like in an article. But the better that you make the article, here's the thing. Sure, you can make the article completely promo about you. You're going to send it to the people, and then the people are going to tell you it's crap and they don't want to publish it because it's basically an advertisement for you. So it's kind of a necessary evil, but I would recommend that like you try and do something. Guest blogging is easy, and you need the links and you need the authority, and I don't see an easier way for you to get it.
Is there anything you could do about the crappy links, or just
No, just leave them there. Like crappy links are crappy. Like quantity still works. Like anybody who tells you can't rank on crap links, the thing is that
If
it's
all you have is crap links, then you got a problem.
Yeah, you have a problem if all you have is crap links, or if you're not churning and burning the site. So in other words, if you want to throw up 100 sites and throw crap links at them, awesome. And you'll make a lot of money, and then they're not going to rank in 3 weeks. Don't do that with a site that you actually care about and you've actually spent 3 months trying to build out, or one that actually pays your bills, or one where you have a boss who's going to fire you.
Your meta descriptions, you're doing the Mad Lib style, and again, they don't count for rankings, but Google's smart enough to figure out when you're just replacing keywords. So you've got birthday poems, ideas for birthday poems, written professionally in self, and so much more. Birthday phrases, ideas for birthday phrases, used for decorations, cards, and so much more. Masquerade party ideas, ideas for masquerade party supplies, invitations, favors, menus, and lots more. You're just popping the keywords in and out, and Google's smart, and they're smart enough, and they're catching on to that, and sometimes they'll ding you for doing stuff like that.
Why are you on this page? Why are you just hyperlinked the word Elmo? So your internal anchor text, like, don't get me wrong, external anchor text has more weight because Google's smart enough to know you can't control those links. So people are probably being more legitimate with what they're linking to you with. But internal links do count. They do pass anchor text. So you're linking to that page with just Elmo.
The page is Elmo birthday party ideas, not Elmo first birthday.
Yeah, you're linking to just Elmo. It should be linking to Elmo first birthday party or Elmo birthday party
Even
supplies.
though the page itself is Elmo birthday party ideas. I thought it had to have the exact same.
No.
See the link right
Well,
there?
you're never going to rank for Elmo. The Sesame Place lady's going to rank
That's
for
what
Elmo.
I was trying to say. So you're never going to rank for Elmo, and even if you did, your conversion's going to be horrible. It's like when you go in. Who was it? You can pour it as an example. I probably can do that. But it's kind of like you could rank really well on a three-letter term that's in the adult industry, and you're going to get millions of page views, but you're going to get no conversion.
If you rank for golf, you don't know what are they looking for? Golf balls? They're looking for golf clubs. They're looking for golf courses. They're looking for golf instructors. Golf's going to drive a tremendous amount of traffic, but it's not going to convert. But if you rank for golf clubs, the person's looking to either buy or replace golf clubs. And if you're looking for Callaway golf clubs, that's a much more better.
If what you do is sell golf training videos, you don't want to rank for golf. You want to. Well, don't get me wrong. I'll take any traffic I can get. But if you're going to spend your time and effort, you want to rank for something that's going to convert. And for you, it's going to be Elmo birthday party supplies or Elmo first birthday, things along those lines.
Birthday party ideas, that kind of stuff.
And you can control this anchor text, so control it. Link internally with your keywords. Now that said, please don't anybody go home and change your home page link to read like mycheapdigitalcameras.com. Like don't stuff. Don't stuff keywords into the links, but put the keywords in there where you can, where it makes sense. And don't try, like, let's put it this way. Rank for Elmo birthday party supplies, and then when you're like, damn, I am #1 for every Elmo birthday party supply keyword on the planet, then go after Elmo. But for the time being, start with your I don't want to say lower level keywords, but start with your highest converting. When we have people that come to us for consulting, when they come in and they tell us, I had a major Fortune company that came to me and said they wanted to rank for telephone. And I'm like, why? You're a long distance carrier. Well, we want to rank for telephone. It's most searched. And I'm like, that's awesome. But people searching for telephone are not looking and it was like they were willing to spend all this money to rank on a term that we call them vanity terms, which is just to be able to say they rank for telephone. I refuse to do it because to me it's a waste of my time. And in 8 months when they're making no money off of it, they're going to blame me. So, but it's the same type of thing. Like, don't necessarily go after the biggest one. And she's yelling at me. So we've got to go. I don't know if you guys want contact information for either one of us. He's at Grey Wolf on Twitter. I'm at Sugar Ray with an E, but FYI, my feed is not family. I curse a lot, so just so you know. And it's football season, and I'm a Bucks fan, so you can only imagine what my feed looks like. So, and we're done. Thank you very much, guys. Sorry if we talk too fast.